Hino seems to really enjoy scaring me, as I was just lying in bed last night at 4 a.m. scrolling through Twitter about to go to sleep when suddenly notification pops up. Hino has tweeted the words 2.8 are visible, and I'm like, the beta has released, it's dropped, and then I check it and it's not that. But what exactly did he say and what does it mean? That's what we're going to look at today in today's video. So as you can see here, we have the tweet. We have announced the required capacity for the Inazuma 11 Heroes Victory Road beta test trial. Use its full name, the Inazuma 11 Victory Road beta test trial marked to the world. It's long. Is 2.8 gigabytes, but the trial version is actually designed to grow in size with each update. The final capacity required will be significantly larger than this. We'll communicate final capacity upon initial release. Once it's released, let's all get excited. Trust me, Hino, I'm already excited. You don't need to worry about that. But what exactly does this mean? Well, I mean, quite obviously, what it means just straight up is the game is not just going to be 2.8 gigabytes, which, when you think about it, does make sense because that story mode is apparently got 30 minutes of animated cutscenes by Mappa, probably going to be a bit more intense than just a meager 2.8 gigabytes. But what this is actually hinting towards is the staggered release, which they did kind of reveal, and by kind of, I mean they did put it in the trailer back when they confirmed the demo. We'll take a look at it in a sec. But they haven't mentioned anything about it since, and the way especially some level 5 ambassadors have been talking about the beta, not to put hidden blame on them, but obviously it's kind of insider baseball with them. I don't know if I use that term correctly. They're the people we expect to know stuff and be the most aware on stuff. So when they're talking about doing these tournaments as soon as the beta releases, our initial mindset is, oh, I guess the staggered release schedule that nobody's mentioned since it first got announced isn't a thing anymore. But it seems from the looks of things from Hino's tweet here that maybe it's not as long gone as we once thought. Let's take a quick look. This is the staggered release schedule then. This is what Hino originally revealed back when the beta was revealed. Single player matches, online PvP, and story mode, we know are the three pillars of this beta. And I'm assuming most people thought, including myself, that all three would release at the same time, because it just kind of makes sense, doesn't it? If you're releasing your beta, you might as well just release your beta. But that's not what Level 5 are planning on doing, because why would they do that? Why would they do the thing you expect them to do? This is what their plan seems to be. And this is basically to do each of these pillars over time. So we start off with single player matches. That's the first thing you get. Then, say like a week or 2 weeks or maybe even a couple of days later, online PvP is unlocked. That update is sent out into the world. You update your game. Ooh, the gigabytes increase. And then you can take on anyone from all over the world. Finally, you can take on your cousin in online PvP in Victory Road. I don't know, maybe your cousin lives in Belgium and you're from Canada. Sorted. Anyway, and then you move on to story mode, which that update maybe is released like a month later, 2 weeks later. And you can play through, obviously, the first chapter of the game with 30 minutes of animated cutscenes. Glorious. Absolutely fantastic. And this obviously isn't entirely what people probably are hoping for right now. I imagine there's a lot of people who are under the mindset of the second the beta comes out, I'm hitting those streets, I'm hitting that online, I'm going to beat up every single person I know. And you know what? Fair enough. That's my mindset too. But it's probably not going to be that. It'll be more a case of you get the beta in your hands. All right, what's the first thing I'm going to do? Take on both Inazuma All-Stars and Japan Dreams for about 10 hours. Cool. For the next week. Cool. Which, I mean, if there's stuff to do there, assuming that we can basically create our own custom team, so we can take members from both Inazuma All-Stars and Japan Dreams and obviously build our team, which you'd imagine, I don't see why that wouldn't be an option. I actually put out a tweet basically asking, is this going to be a thing? Because I need to plan my content. And people who I trust who are smart replied with, yes, you idiot. No. So I imagine that's going to be something we can do. So I don't think it's going to be as barren as it may seem. And obviously the point of it is to get acquainted with how Victory Road plays so that when online comes along, we can actually go and we can make some waves. You know what I mean? We can take control of that competitive scene without everyone simultaneously figuring out how to actually play the game. So that's exciting. And I think it's going to be fun. just having a week to adjust to the game. You know what I mean? Seeing everyone post all these cool tricks and stuff they're learning in single player, and then trying to apply that to online PvP as soon as that drops. My worry, and this is always a worry with level 5, especially with how they're handling this beta release, is that they're going to shadow drop these updates. And I'm going to be sat here in mid-May waiting for that story mode update, still terrified to leave my flat. So I'm a bit scared on that in that sense. I do hope they give us some kind of release date for when these big... Because, I mean, these are big updates. I feel like everyone is wanting the online PvP. I feel like that's the main event. So please, for the love of Christ, tell us when the online PvP is going to launch. Because I need to make a video called How I Was #1 in the World at Inazuma 11 Victory Road for a day. Or for like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? I need to win one match and feel on top of the world. So I need to know the second it launches. And then obviously the story mode feels like a bit of an event. I assume we're going to get more stuff about the story mode. Because to be fair, and I guess this makes sense when you think about it, we don't know anything about the story mode really. I mean, obviously we know like characters and the premise and the story, but in terms of what chapter 1's actually going to consist of, we don't really have any idea. So I guess it makes sense that they're pushing that back to April. My guess, by the way, if you're genuinely curious and you want to know, my guess is single player matches drop late March, online PvP beginning of April, story mode end of April, hopefully. I don't think it'll go past it. Surely it doesn't go past April, because then you've got to like release the video game and stuff, which surely they'll do this year, right? But yeah, this is my video reminding you guys, if the game drops as just single player content, please do not be alarmed. Get yourself ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to make videos about why exactly you should use Inazuma All-Stars over Japan Dreams after I play with them both 17 billion times. And I'm sure you guys are hopefully ready to watch videos of me using Inazuma All-Stars for a week straight. And also, if you're curious why I'm not mentioning Alien Masters at all, it's because I think the way you unlock them is apparently through the multiplayer stuff, so it doesn't really make sense to have them in the like they're not going to be able. You can't use them in the single player matches, surely, unless you can. Who knows? That would be fun. Let me use 3 teams instead of 2. I was looking at it. You can only make in terms of element only teams, because that's something I was looking at. You can only make a wood element only team out of the Japan Dreams and Inazuma All-Stars, so you've got to include Alien Masters in there to up that. Anyway, I'm rambling. Have a lovely rest of your day. Hope you're excited for the beta. Just want to make this video to make sure that people knew to lower their expectations for what will be in the beta when it drops. It'll probably just only be single play matches. If there's anything more, that's a glorious day. But Hino, this is a warning. That's what this is. This is a warning. The final capacity will be significantly larger than this. Updates. Take this as the warning it is. Don't get your expectations too high. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We're going to have some really exciting stuff happen when the beta drops. But bye-bye.